Another one of these replacement theology lies that I've heard is that I'm Theodore Herzl reincarnated. Now, there's a lot of accusations and things out there against me. I'm a crypto Jew and all these other things, and I mean, people trying to say that I look Jewish, and I've had that thing put on me for many, many years. But I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous and without any kind of proof. I mean, you can plainly see that Grandpa Herzl, Theodore Herzl, I mean, he didn't have glasses. I wear glasses. He didn't live in the state of Maine. I live in the state of Maine. I mean, there are tons of differences between what he was trying to do and between what I'm trying to do. Of course, I'm just joking. A little sarcasm here, a little sarcastic humor. I'm sure the replacement theology Nazis that are out there are probably just doing cartwheels and foaming at the mouth and falling on the floor and going into convulsions and stuff. He admitted to being a Jew, or something like this. It's ridiculous. I did find one thing interesting. I don't think that Theodore Herzl was a saved man, but I don't know for sure. I haven't really studied the guy's life extensively, but he was the one, if you don't know, Theodore Herzl was one of the ones that said that the Jews need to go back to their homeland. So in the early 1900s, he was approaching different governments and saying, he was kind of the founder of the modern Zionist movement and saying we need to get the Jews back to the nation of Israel. That's where we belong. That's where we're supposed to be. Be a lot less problems if we can go back. So he helped with the Balfour Declaration, a couple other things. But I found out it was very interesting. He actually approached the Pope back in those years, early 1900s. And he said, would you support a return of the Jewish people to their homeland? And the Pope said, no. Why? Well, because the Vatican wants Jerusalem. That's the city of the great king, and so the Pope, thinking that he's the vicarious filii Dei, the substitute for God, essentially, that he is a substitute for Jesus Christ, he wants to rule and reign from Jerusalem. And so that's why they wouldn't support Theodore Herzl. But just kind of an interesting little statistic there. But I'm not Jewish, okay, to everybody out there that gets all excited about that stuff. My grandfather on my mother's side was named Bernard Fry, and my paternal grandfather was Milton Denlinger. He was an artist, and he was also an engraver, and he made jewelry and things like that down in Lancaster County. They both lived and died in Lancaster County. That's it. So sorry, I'm not actually related to Theodore Herzl. I mean, we have some resemblance there. There's a little bit of a resemblance, but I'm not interested in bringing the Jews back to their homeland so that they can just kind of live without Jesus Christ. I want the Jews to go back to their homeland because that's what the Bible said is going to happen. And I'm praying that they wake up to Bible prophecy. I pray for the Jewish people that they can, the Bible says I'm to pray for the peace of Jerusalem back in the book of Psalms. So that's what I do. And I want to see Jews saved. And that's what we do here at this ministry. We witness to them. We tell them that Jesus Christ is your Messiah. He is going to be returning. There's going to be a false Messiah first, the Antichrist, and a lot of Jews are going to accept him. But when Jesus Christ comes back, he's going to put an end to that foolishness. And he will rule and reign for the 1,000-year kingdom on earth from Jerusalem. And it's going to be a good time.